15 to 20 minute detoxifying and rebalancing sequence. Through a series of twists, we're going to be wringing the inner organs and stretching them out, wringing out all the bad stuff that's been building up over the Christmas period. And then through a series of breath and balance work, we're going to be bringing the body and the mind back into an alignment and back into a state of calm. So start off, just sit like this with on your knees, on your heels, like this. That can sometimes be a little bit stressful for some people's knees. So I'd get a big book or a block and sit on the block, whichever height works best for you. And you can sit here comfortably. So let's establish our breath and get centered. Hands in prayer, making the sound of the sea drawing in through the nose and out through the nose as well. Set your intention for this short yoga sequence. Noticing how you feel right now. In body and mind. How you want to feel at the end of the sequence. How you want to go about your yoga practice today. With that intention in mind, breathe in, get nice and long in the spine, as if your head is floating up like a balloon. Let it float, let your shoulders drop down. Root your bottom into the block or the floor. Inhale a little bit more, then exhale, push the arms out. Inhale up, bring them over your head and exhale down your back and through. Inhale up, hold, slow exhale. Imagine you're pushing a wave up the beach. Sorry, up and then exhaling. Coming up and then exhaling, drawing all that new energy down your back. A couple more times on your own. Inhale. This is literally like giving yourself a nice back massage. As you draw your arms over, you're just letting everything go, all that tension build up in your shoulders go. And put your hands on your knees. Again, just check out your balance, see if you're nice and aligned along that imaginary golden thread that runs up your spine, out through the top of your head, and if your head's a balloon floating up. Inhale, hands up, and then exhale, we'll twist around to the side, and then inhale to the other side. Let's do this fairly fast. Grow longer with each twist. And stop. Inhale. See if you can drop your shoulders. Don't let them hunch up round your ears. Drop your shoulders, but let your hands still stretch out like stars towards the ceiling. And then exhale round. Your back hand goes just behind your bottom. Your front hand grabs the knee. Drop your chin. Raise your crown of your head. Inhale up. Then exhale. Use the knee and the floor to leverage round. If you can't touch the floor or your knee, maybe just touch your foot and use that, your back foot. Stay here for a couple of breaths. With every in-breath, growing longer in the spine, letting your head float up, your tailbone sink to the ground, and with every exhale, twisting a little deeper, wringing out those kidneys and livers. And then release, fresh new blood going into them. Inhale, come up, don't let the shoulders hunch up, drop the shoulders, let your hands extend. Exhale, twist as far as you go before your front hand comes down and grabs the knee. And your backhand just goes just behind you. Inhale, get long in the spine. Exhale, twist forward, round. Inhale. Exhale. Just notice if you're holding your breath. That's quite common. Just start back into making the sound of the sea with the nose. And then come on around. We've given ourselves a good twist and a stretch. And now we're going to energise the spine, which if you're just waking up, it probably just needs a little bit of energy. So come into cat-cow, tabletop position. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round the back. Draw in the tummy. Inhale, heart forward. Arch your back, but keep your tummy tucked in. Exhale, round the back. Really draw up through the stomach as high as you can, like an angry cat. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, round. Do a couple of those on your own. Making the sound of the sea. Then come to normal tabletop position. Put your left hand slightly in the middle. And then with your right hand, feed it underneath like you're threading a needle. Bend your left elbow so it is at 90 degrees to the floor. And twist your body round. Now using your breath here, imagine your spine growing, so your top of your head moving in opposite direction to your tailbone. And then use your hands on the ground to leverage to get a deep twist across the shoulders and across your transverse abdominal muscles. Drawing in your belly. Quietening your mind with the sound of the breath. Then inhale, come up, push into the floor, and let's do the other side. So thread the needle, come on down, push into the floor to get the extra twist so that your shoulder can come round. Protect your lower back by drawing in your stomach, and stay here a while. Push the top arm away to get more leverage if you want a deeper twist. But don't overdo it. Find that point where you're just challenged but not stressed. That's the art of yoga. Listening to your body. Don't let it scream. And inhale, come on up. Nice twist. And a couple of balances. So establish a good foundation. You're going to extend out the left arm and extend out the right arm. Spread your fingers nice and wide, pinky to the ground, thumb to the ceiling, and heels kicking back like a donkey, so foot flex. And then exhale, draw in, curl in the back. Inhale, new energy. Exhale, squeeze out old stale stuff. Inhale, new energy. Look towards the floor so your nose is pointing directly down towards the mat. Inhale. Last one, just hold that for a second. Come over your hand a little bit more. Use your core to stabilise. And then drop it down. We'll do the other side. Inhale, fresh energy. Exhale, squeeze out the old stuff. Push into the floor with both your hands and your knees and stabilise the core. Particularly helps to imagine somebody else is pulling you from both directions. You can stay a while, so let's stay here. Imagine someone's got your hand and got your foot, draw in your stomach, should be able to stay here a while. And then come back into tabletop. We'll go into our first downward dog. So walk your hands out a little bit further. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, come on up. Draw the tummy towards the spine as your bottom goes towards the ceiling. Push the front of your mat away. And then your heels yearn for the ground. You can pedal them out. So once you've pedalled a bit, settle into your downward dog and imagine you're sending energy throughout the top of your mat by pushing your mat away through your hands and along the floor. Really draw your tummy in, even look towards your navel. And see if you've got heels, you can get a little lower, but really drawing your tummy in. And imagine that your hamstrings are releasing down towards your heels. Stay here for a couple of calming breaths. Then bend your knees a lot. Look forward towards your hands and walk your feet forward. And hang in a gentle Uttanasana, soft forward folded bend. With bent knees, hip width apart, the feet hip width apart. And then do what feels nice here. If it feels nice to sway around just a bit, just to warm up the spine, do that. If it feels nice to bend the knees and then straighten them, do that. Listen to your body, it knows what it needs. And put your hands on the ground. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hand in prayer. I'm going to do a couple of sun salutations. So come to the front of your mat, stand hip width apart. Drop your tailbone, lift up your frontal hip points. Look wide across the collarbone. Let your head float up. And inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, send your heart forward, hinging at the hips. Come down. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Step back into plank. Come over your hands slightly, keeping your elbows tucked in lower. Exhale. Inhale, sweep through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hang out here for a couple of breaths. Sending your sit bones towards the ceiling. Pushing the front of the mat away. Exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, bend your knees a lot and step the hands forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, sweep new energy, fresh new energy into your body. And then exhale, draw that central line for balance down your body into prayer. Inhale, sweep up. We'll go a bit faster. Exhale, dive down, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Step your right foot back, your left foot back. Come over your hands in plank and then lower on the exhale. If you need to, come all the way down. Flip your toes. Inhale, come halfway up. Up dog. And then exhale. Draw your stomach in, send your bottom to the ceiling into down dog. Hanging out here for a while. Noticing how your body's feeling. Noticing any points of tension and sending an elongating, fresh breath towards that area. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and either lightly hop or step forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep up. Hands in prayer, drawing a balanced centre line down. One more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, send the heart down, hinging at the hips. Inhale, flat back, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or hop back. Come over into plank and down. Flip your knees if you need to. Your feet rather. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Your heart rate's probably come up, enjoy that. It's pumping lots of new oxygen and blood around your body to get rid of all the stale stuff, so you can literally feel your body working, burning out the crap. If you're out of breath, take a big inhale and then exhale out the mouth. Letting all stress and anything negative go into the floor. Inhale. Exhale all the crap out. Bend your knees a lot, look forward, lightly hop, step forward, inhale halfway up, exhale lower, inhale sweep up, oh yeah, stretch, and then draw that central line, hands in prayer, checking in with your body, and then from there we're going to do our twists for the final punch to really get the toxins out. So step wide, feet wide, so your ankles are underneath your arms. Tuck your tailbone down, draw up your hip points, and then exhale, lower. Clasp your hands behind your back and let them come over. Be careful that your shoulders don't hunch around your ears, that's a little bit stressful. Send your shoulders away from your ears as if someone's got your hands and is pulling it up. Draw in your stomach and let the crown of your head come towards the ground. Hang here for a while. And if it feels good, maybe bounce your arms. And inhale, come on up. Exhale, put your right hand on the ground, make it nice and firm. Twist your bicep out towards the front, and then exhale, twist your body towards the side of your mat and extend your top arm like a star. Now notice that your feet have probably changed in the weight distribution. Try and make it even by pushing into the one that feels a little bit lighter. And then you'll be able to twist around even more. Draw in your stomach. And exhale, come down. Swap sides, get that other hand in the centre. Inhale, draw up. Twist round. Spread your fingers as if someone's pulling you up as you try and push into the ground. And then check out the weight distribution on your feet. Get that nice and balanced. Grow long in the spine, so you're also not only growing up and down, you're growing through the crown of your head and your sit bone. And exhale, come on down. Hands on hips. Inhale, come on up. And then heel toe your feet together into hip width apart. We're going to do chair fierce pose, which is pretty awesome. So inhale, bend your knees a lot. Extend your heart forward. Drop your chin, but keep your heart lifting. Exhale, hands into prayer. Inhale, lift your heart. Then exhale, begin to twist to the side. But don't look to the side yet, look to the front of your mat. And only at the very last minute, hook your knee and then turn your head into a twisted chair. Check out your knees. Has one gone back like this? Get them into alignment, which requires further twisting and use of the abdominal muscles. Then if it's open to you, you can do this, opening up your arms, or you can just keep them in prayer. Do whatever your body's saying, that's enough for me today. And then come on around to the centre, keep low, this is the tough bit, we're burning through that crap. Inhale, taking some new energy, and then exhale, looking at the floor in front of you, but letting your body twist. Come on around to the side, and then hook, and use that knee to leverage, and look up to the ceiling. The knees are burning, the legs are burning, that's good. And open up the hands, tucking in that tummy. You're literally burning through the rubbish as if you're setting out the light. Hang out here a while, then hands in prayer, come on around. Inhale up, push through the ground. Woo! You can feel all that blood running down, new blood. Great. Okay, final peak pose is tree. So spread your toes nice and wide on the ground. Put your weight onto your left leg and then gently float the right leg up the left leg. Be careful not to be on the knee, that's dangerous. So if you can't go high, go about here on your calf. Otherwise keep it floating up, putting it on the inside of your leg, drawing up nice and tall, looking down the tip of your fingers, steadying your mind, thinking that your foot is like a tree with roots growing out wide so that you can be nice and stable. Think of all the good qualities that we love about trees. Oh my gosh, I sound like a tree hugger. I'm sorry. But they are pretty cool. Grow tall like a tree, root into the ground. Let your top branches rise up in the wind. Inhale, sweep up. Perhaps even touch your hands and look up to the sky, drawing in your stomach. And exhale. Let's bring everything down gracefully with strength. We'll do the other side, our last peak pose. Make it count, so spread your toes nice and wide, root in, grow those roots into the ground. Rebound up through the core of your head, as if someone else is doing the work. Position your foot on the same place. Steady your gaze, looking down your nose, the tip of your nose. And to help you balance, imagine again the qualities of a tree, rooted deeply into the ground, standing tall, growing through the crown of your head. Inhale, sweep up. Maybe touch your hands, and maybe even look up. If you wobble and fall, no big issue. Take your time, establish your foundations, and come on back up. And then exhale. Come on down and lower. Well done, that was our peak. So this is just the last few very enjoyable exercises to cool down. Come into the ground, hug your knees in and give yourself a little rock. Play around with that. Gives your back a little bit of a massage. And then set your feet hip width apart. And we're going to walk under lifting our bottoms, drawing in our stomachs. Sit bones towards the backs of the knees. We're going to walk our shoulders under into a bridge. Clasping our hands as if your hands are trying to touch your knees. You push your heart in the opposite direction. So your heart is trying to touch the wall behind you. Give your Adam's apple a lot of space by letting it come up towards the ceiling. Inhale, and then exhale, lower. Inhale, push through the big toe mound of the feet. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come on up. Heart towards the front of the room. Exhale, lower. One more time. Then come on up, push through the feet, roll the inner thighs in towards each other, towards the floor. Push the hands into the ground so you're pushing away and get more height. Send the heart as if it's trying to go towards the direction of the crown of your head. And then hang out here for a while. And slowly come on down, vertebrae by vertebrae. That's it. Oh, lovely. Again, give yourself a nice little hug. Maybe you roll sideways this time if it feels good. Cross your legs over each other. Hands open on the floor, but draw the opposite knee towards the opposite arm as you look the other way. For a final twist, wringing out the bad stuff. So let's really imagine getting long in the spine, sending the crown of the head away from the bottom, and exhale, wringing it round. And inhale, coming up, and do the other side. Exhaling down. Ooh, click, click, click. Feels so good. Rooting the shoulder with the arms stretched out on the ground as you use these muscles and your hand to bring that top leg round and ground to the floor. And inhale, coming up. Use your core muscles. Exhale. Just do happy baby. Quick one because that feels nice. And we are preparing in that cool down for Shavasana. As I always say, it's the most important pose. It's the reason why we do yoga. So we can come and spend a bit of time, a bit of peace. Establish a bit of peace so we can be nicer people, better people. And take that with us, and more productive people, and take that with us for the end of the day. So come and lie flat, palms facing up. There's nothing you need to do, no phone calls, no emails, it's only 2 or 3 minutes. And I'll wake you up at the end. So just come down. If you need a jumper, pull that over you. Wiggle around, just get comfortable, you're going to be here for a little bit. Relax across your forehead. Let your eyes sink in deep. Listen to the sound of your breath, just let it breathe naturally. Let your mouth relax, your tongue relax, and your throat that does so much work talking. Let it be silent for a while and have a rest. Heavy across the shoulders, the arms and the hands, all down your chest, your stomach and your pelvis, melting and letting go into the floor. Your thighs and your knees and your calves and ankles are all heavy, like logs on the ground, and your feet, let them flop open wide. Your thoughts come into your head, just let them pass like clouds. No need to judge them, no need to dive in them. You're like the sun, above everything, just watching things go. Enjoy Shavasana. And I will wake you in a couple of minutes. begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Take a bigger inhale and bigger breath. Perhaps inhale, stretching out your hands above your head and kicking your heels away. And then exhale, whatever you're doing, roll to your right side. Come into a little fetal position. Hang out here for a moment. And just remember that you've done something very nice for your body, so it's like giving yourself a hug of appreciation for doing that. And then use your top arm to push on up and come into a cross-legged seated position. Keep your eyes looking down gently at the floor, hands in prayer. Grow along in the spine, let your head gently float up, shoulders sink down. Check in with your body, check in with your mind, see if there's been any shift towards the intention that you set at the beginning of the sequence. If there has, give yourself a little pat on the back in appreciation. Even if there hasn't, with gentle curiosity, have a think where that might be, and you can work with that next time. Inhale, fresh new breath, nice and clean breath, and exhale, namaste. Thank you for doing the detoxifying and rebalancing exercise with me.